Taboo played...
We've had that slideshow at the beginning of this concert for 17 editions. I've never changed it, and often Taboo will get like a huge, what you just heard, and like Canterbury Tales will go by and like no one cares. So I know like we've all been waiting a long time for Taboo, so just get ready.
Taboo played 100 performances at the Plymouth Theatre and was one of the most controversial musicals of the 2000s. It used Boy George's songs to tell a partially fictional version of his story, and Boy George himself starred as Lee Bowery, while Ewan Morton played Boy George. The show's other stars were Raul Esparza, Liz McCartney, Sarah Uriarte Berry, Jeffrey Carlson, and Carrie Shields.
The show premiered in the West End, where Rosie O'Donnell was so taken with it that she put up the entire $12 million investment and brought it to Broadway with a rewritten book by Charles Busch. Taboo went through endless rewrites and was watched like a hawk by press and industry as many egos clashed inside the Plymouth. How many people here saw Taboo? Yay! Oh my God, I'm jealous of all y'all. As the Wall Street Journal wrote, not since Urban Cowboy has Broadway been littered with so much smoldering wreckage. Hashtag rude. It was difficult to reconcile the traditional musical aspects of the show with the riot and chaos aspects and figure out exactly what the balance should be.
Now, this is a small bit of a story about Taboo from Raul Esparza that appears in Jen's book, The Untold Stories of Broadway. If you don't have it, you should buy all the different volumes. They're amazing. They're amazing. So, Raul Esparza. We started to have major problems with the storytelling in Taboo, and I famously had a huge fight with Rosie on stage during tech. I screamed my head off at her and told her to shove the show. She told me my understudy could do just as well as I could, and I said, fine, I quit. I walked off stage wearing purple tights, little flappy shoes, a King Henry VIII balloon pant, a cape, an orb, a scepter in full beat makeup, and a crown rolled on stage after I stormed off. My dresser Ray came out and picked it up quietly and walked back off. I wandered down the street in full costume, false eyelashes, glitter, everything.
To add insult to injury, this is a review where that's clearly Raul and it says Ewan Morton, so lots of things happening at Taboo. Taboo had a cult following of fans who loved how it embraced counterculture and outsiders. It also had a raw outrageousness that stood out on Broadway, many dazzling performances, and an absolutely killer score. Here to perform from Taboo, welcome Andy Mientus.
I'm turning my back on this life for as long as I can. Someone make me stop, 'cause I sure as hell can't be a man. I'm too fragile and clever, you know, and this universe just leaves me cold. I'm just hanging around here. I'm longing for someone to hold. You always knew, didn't you, mother? You always knew, as mothers always do. You always knew, didn't you, mother? I was a stranger in this world. This dumb education was never quite part of my plan. So you left me to ruin, but I'll always know who I am. I'm too fragile and clever, you see, and your universe just leaves me cold. I'm just hanging around here, I'm longing for someone to hold. You always knew, didn't you, mother? You always knew, as mothers always do. You always knew, didn't you, mother? I was a stranger in this world. Whoever told you that the alive, and they're running our lives. Yes, they're running our lives. You always knew, didn't you, mother? You always knew, as mothers always do. You always knew, didn't you, mother? I was a stranger in this world. On a clear day, I could see myself for miles. Oh, mother. Oh, mother. Oh, mother.